Hi, welcome back. Phil at the EUROBIKE with my friends from Yeti, with Peter and Nat. Hi, how are you doing?
Doing well, how are you?
Oh, very good. How was the EUROBIKE for you until now?
It's been good, you know.
A good
little rain
experience.
today, not as
Yeah.
warm. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
always
good.
nice.
Not that humid anymore, a little bit relaxed.
Yeah.
So, you are from Yeti. For the guys who do not know Yeti, maybe you want to introduce Yeti as a company?
Yeah. No, Yeti, this is our 40th anniversary. We were founded in 1985. And,
Yeah, congrats, by the way.
Oh, thanks. So, originally down in Southern California, pretty quickly with the World Cup in Durango, moved to Durango, Colorado,
Yeah.
and we've been in Colorado in the mountains riding mountain bikes ever since.
Yeah, I've experienced. The most people know Yeti from the racing background. It's a
Yep.
passionate mountain bike brand, old school.
Yeah.
So you're more the racing, not the gravity guys, or?
I mean, gravity racing is real fun.
Yeah, obviously, obviously, you know.
So, racing of any sort, four cross, downhill, cross country, we've done it all. Racing is, in our opinion, the purest test of product.
Yes.
You can't hide when you're between the tape, when you're racing the clock, when you're racing your friend. Everybody knows how the product's performing.
Yeah.
And
Everybody
it's
has
the
seen
best
it
way.
on the World Cup circuit. Your
Yeah.
performance with Richie Root, first places all the time.
Dickie.
So you're a solid #1 player over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I see you have a new e-bike weapon with you, a brand new bicycle. Peter.
Yeah, so this is our new MTE in our kind of lightweight category of e-bikes. And I can go through some features if you like, or just talk about it in
of
general.
course. I'm really keen about your new bike.
Yeah, let's-
Obviously, this is the reason why we met here today. Or
Perfect. Well, I guess maybe to start, it uses our Sixfinity linkage, the linkage that we developed for our 160E, our full power e-bike. We are also using the same linkage on our DH bike that our race team is using at the moment. So it's a really flexible linkage in terms of what we're able to do and what we're able to optimize for. It has a 145 millimeters of travel in the rear, paired with a 160 millimeter fork. Maybe starting with some features, it has a flip chip at the lower end of the shock, which allows us to adjust the progression of the leverage rate. So we have a big range there between 12 and 25%. We recognize that riders have different styles, they're riding in different terrain, they have different shock choices, and it can be a subjective feel of what your ideal progression is. So we give an adjustment there, and one note would be that that adjustment is really tangible. It's a big change, so you'll be able to find a location and a progression that you're happy with. We also have a flip chip at the rocker and the seat stay interface there. That allows us to change wheel size to a 27.5 if you prefer. One note on that change is our goal was to keep the geometry preserved. So when you make a change in wheel size, all the geometry remains the same from what we have on the 29 wheel size. We also have a standard ZS headset that we use, and we did that intentionally, allowing the use of third-party or angle set adjustment for either head tube angle or for reach. One note there is that we have marks or indentations on the upper and lower portion of the head tube that allow you to align that cup really easily to make sure that you have alignment to the frame. Just talking about Sixfinity in general, so a couple things to note there would be, that linkage was really designed specifically for e-bikes. There's always packaging constraints when you add the e-system, whether it was the DU or the battery, and we wanted to make sure that we had a system that would allow us to still optimize kinematics. The other thing that it allows us to do is really optimize for the power of the system. So we recognize that there's differences between a pedal bike or an assisted bike and what we want to achieve kinematically. At the same time, we recognize that there's similarities between a pedal bike and a assisted bike as well. So like our Switch Infinity system, it's similar in terms of an analogy. So rather than having a linear mechanism that's moving up and then moving down, in this case, our lower link is initially moving upwards. And what that is doing is giving you a pedaling platform or a higher anti-squat value. And then as the suspension goes through its travel, the lower link then starts to move down. And as it moves down, there's a decrease or a very quick drop in the anti-squat. One note on anti-squat or acceleration response in general, powered or assisted versus pedal. is that we actually scale that anti-squat inversely with the power. So compared to our 160E, this anti-squat magnitude is a bit higher than it would be on our 160, and 160E that is. And then the other thing to note, just generally speaking on the nerd side, would be the deceleration response. So what we're doing with anti-rise relative to, say, our SB line, the anti-rise is slightly lower. And that's because we're biasing the feel between geometry preservation and traction slightly more towards the traction side with the greater weight of the chassis and what's going on with the E system. But one thing to note there is that our anti-rise value, or that curve, is very consistent. It's very linear across the travel range, meaning that it's going to be very consistent and you're going to have similar behavior across the range. So it's, in that case, it's very predictable. Yeah, those are the highlights I can think of at the moment. If anything comes up, we can chat through it as well.
Hey, Peter, you love this bike.
Yeah.
Originally, when we were first going to make an e-bike, we were actually thinking lightweight because you've been personally kind of really excited about the category. Yours at home, you've got set up more or less like this, but with the 290 battery for the lunch rides, right?
For sure, yeah. And I think e-bikes are interesting because there's always a spectrum of what people prefer and what their ideal is. And so you have people that are very focused on full power and the biggest range and the most power they can get. And I'm sort of on the opposite side of the spectrum where I really enjoy sort of doing the opposite. And for a couple reasons. One would be, as we go, this has an option to have two batteries, a 290 watt-hour battery and also a 580. And you just continue to drop weight as you go to the lower battery. So I prefer riding it with the 290, and I often find myself riding it in the lowest setting as well. And it just gives me that feel of riding a non-assisted pedal bike that I'm used to for many years. What I prefer to ride in the trails in my area. And so it also kind of allows me to have like the perfect build of what I'm looking for fork and tires, and I'm not as concerned with the weight of those parts when I have that little bit of assist. So in the end, I end up riding a bike that feels very similar to the trail bike I'm used to, but with some advantages of parts and with some weight distribution you get with the E-system as well. So yeah, for me personally, the lighter weight power and the lighter weight feel is the feel that I personally prefer.
Yeah, that was fun when we were thinking we were going to do a lightweight 6 years ago, and then EDR started to become a thing. Shimano approached us and ended up going e-bike racing because, again, with the product testing, right?
It's really lovely.
First e-bike and second year, Gilly won the overall. And
I've seen it. This was a lovely story.
Learned a lot about Sixfinity, and we're able to do the DH bike out of that.
This is also the development, how you develop it. Directly with Richie, in context with him, talking
directly with the team. We all ride all the time. I mean, you can hear
so
Peter talk about.
So it's a rider's product for riders as well. So it's
sure.
your portion directly. You went out, so it's true rider's product. How do you say?
Definitely, yeah. No, I mean, I would say that as we're working with the race team, and as Nat mentioned, that racing is a huge part of Yeti, and we recognize that if we're racing at the highest level with some of the fastest riders in the world, the toughest tracks, toughest conditions in the timeline, between the tape, as Nat would say, that yes, it helps our riders go faster, and we always want to win. But in the end, it also is helping riders of all ability and all different skill sets, and we're making better products.
It's not only a racing product; it's so for everyone as well who wants to enjoy bicycles. So you do not have to be only in racing focus. Also, take it out, normal ride on the home trails, enjoy, have all the fun.
Yeah, I think it always starts for us with racing, but then that trickles down to all users.
Yeah, this is a lovely bike. I'm really keen about to test this bike already, especially with a TQ engine now. Does it change? Has there be any reason why you have changed it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, going for that feel for the lightweight category that I was describing before is a big reason. TQ does an amazing job of having a very silent system, also a very natural ride feel, and part of the reason why I really enjoy it as well. Also, it's really discreet and really small. It allows us to package and get the bike shape and form that we're looking for.
Really clean, slim look you got there with the bike. I really love it. It's a really nice setup you got there as well.
Appreciate it.
Feeling, this is what I'm keen about. So I'm really keen to test this one, going to the Alps. I've heard you are now in Munich, down south.
Yeah.
So if everybody wants to drop by, he can drop by at your place. So do a test right there? Or?
About an hour south of Munich in Hausham.
Ah, lovely.
Been open for officially just a few months, but the project started in earnest a year ago. And
so if some customer wants to get some more experience, you can come directly to your place as well?
Come by, we've got demo bikes. You can call ahead of time.
Now you hear it. You can drop by directly at Yeti. The guys
buy it from us, but you can come demo.
Yeah, they come to us and buy it, but you can test it, enjoy it directly at Yeti.
Have a coffee, have a beer.
Yeah. That is the story.
We just opened the first, well, we didn't open it, but the community opened the first legal downhill track in Bavaria. It's about 2 to 5 minute e-bike ride from the office.
But you're also connected to the whole scene, so there are lots more.
Love the trail builders, support them in any way we can. Want to be part of the community, get more trails out there for sure.
Perfect. So if you know some trails and you're living down south, go to the Yeti bikes and tell them, enjoy and go for a ride.
For sure.
Yeah, thank you very much, and it was a pleasure to meet you here. I hope you have a great further EUROBIKE. Otherwise, I will think we will meet again at your headquarters and go for a test ride, or?
Perfect. Thanks for having us.
Sounds great.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you.
A great one. Thank you.
You as well.
All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye.